Hi guys, welcome back. This is Team Tara. I am coming on here like, woo! I'm so dry. And I hate that I keep coming on here and talking to y'all barefaced, like hair is barely combed, like fresh out of the bed type situation. But I have a 2-year-old and her schedule is like crazy. So when I can't fit a couple minutes in to record a video, I'm trying to, and as basically come as I am. I don't have time to get pretty. I'm a real life mom right now. So I'm trying to manage taking care of my 2-year-old. My daughter's out of school. She's asleep right now. And, you know, do business and then do YouTube. Like, it's a hassle, but I'm taking it as I can. And that means if I have to cut a corner as need be, like not put on makeup and not do my hair, get the full glam to come on YouTube, I'm gonna do it. But I want to be as real as possible because this is what mommy life is like. So basically today video we're gonna be talking about how to get pregnant, or if you're infertile, so they say, with PCOS. So, or how I got pregnant with PCOS. Basically with my daughter, I knew that I had PCOS. If you go look at my previous video about me talking about how I found out I had PCOS and how the doctor said I couldn't get pregnant and all this stuff like that. So I knew I had it, and it was nothing but God, because I kept praying. Me and my husband wanted a baby, and my daughter was our blessing baby. So I was like, it's nothing nobody can tell me no. I mean, that's with anything in life. I feel like if I want to do something, if I put in the effort, if I find out how to tweak it, how to make it myself, how to make it my own, then I can do anything I want in life. And that's just how I set up myself with life. If I want to work for it really hard, I can do it. So even with the odds against me, I still was able to have a baby because I believe in God, I trust him, and I was able to do it with the help of changing my lifestyle, changing my eating habits, incorporating different things to work, like trick my body into ovulating and stuff like that. Because with a normal person, you usually ovulate 2 weeks before your mid-cycle, or 2 weeks before your cycle, basically in the middle, kind of like in between. So at the halfway mark before your cycle is about to start, after your cycle just ended. So I was eating healthy, and I still didn't know, my body still was off, but I was able to do certain things. So one of the things I did was, like I said, I was eating healthy and I was exercising. It's hard to do it. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. At home exercising, actually get a gym membership. I had a gym membership, but I was doing at home exercising, you know, just staying in shape. It's better, you know, said than done, but I did it. The second major thing, I feel like that should have been number one, but it's a major thing that, like, I was getting ovulation tracker, 2 things. The ovulation tracker, which is something that you put on, it's an app. I forgot, I think it's called Ovulation Tracker if I'm not mistaken. That's one of them. And then my flow, or it's a flow calculator or something like that. It basically calculates your mid-cycles and stuff like that. It basically shows the last time you had a mid-cycle and up to, because it's like, it tells you when you're about to ovulate. If you know your research, if you're about to ovulate on a certain day, supposedly, your discharge will be a different color. It will be sticky, it will be slimy, it will be tacky, it will be clear, it will be white, you know, just all these different things. And so according to ovulation, the best ovulation, to track your ovulation, of course you need to have your tracker, making sure you have that on, and then your discharge has to be slimy, not sticky. Because if it's sticky, then the sperm won't be able to go through. And this is, I hope these kids are not watching this, but basically being relevant, it has to be slimy because the sperm can go through slimy discharge. Then if it's sticky, that means either you already had a discharge, you already ovulated, or you're about to ovulate. In between. So, and then the color consistencies, it's a whole big old thing. You have to look into it. I can't tell you, but I can just tell you it's slimy, and it's not thick, it's not sticky, it's not any weird color consistency. It's really clear. That was another thing. And then like I had the ovulation. It's called a pregnancy test. You pee on it and it tells you if you're ovulating or not. And to me, it's not as accurate because you can ovulate 2 days, but you only get pregnant on one. So you can ovulate on a day it says you're ovulating, but you will need to have sex on that day and the day after. Or if you was tracking it the whole week and it says you're ovulating on this day, you would have had to do it that day, the day before, and the day after, just so you could be heading on. But that doesn't always mean that you get pregnant on that day. It's just, I guess, their way of saying that you could be fertile, you know, within this time frame, but it's not always up to the woman. Trust me. If that was the case, then everybody would be knocked up. But it's always up to the man's sperm as well, if they can go through and, you know, punctuate the cell. But that's another thing. That's a major thing that I felt like was used in when my daughter's 2 now. So 2 years ago when we was trying to get pregnant, we was doing that. I was doing it every month. And 2 times out of the year, 2 times out of the month, I was doing the ovulation calculator because I had my cycles wasn't as consistent as normal people. So when a normal person, like I said, ovulates after this 2nd week after their mid-cycle or after their cycle, I was a little bit further along because it wasn't consistent. I feel like you mentally have to be prepared. You know, don't psych yourself out. Don't think that, oh, you know, I'm going to this month. You don't know what can happen, and then you don't want to give up hope because, say for instance, it doesn't happen this month and you planned everything accordingly. You were like, oh, I'm gonna get, you know, pregnant, you know, we had sex on this day, so, and then you start to think in your head, oh, I am pregnant, you know, and then your cycle comes and you're like, dang, I thought I was pregnant. Like, don't psych yourself out thinking that all of these things you did everything according to and something can happen. It's probably not God's timing. He's probably telling you that it's not time for you to have a baby right now, or just mentally preparing you to, when it does happen, get ready. Eat more protein in vegetables and less protein in animals. So less meat, more veggies are good proteins. That's one thing that will help you try to stay on track with ovulating when you're supposed to, especially if you have PCOS, because like I said, good fats and not good fats. High in fiber is another thing. You have to have higher fiber foods. Bananas, chia seeds. Get active, exercising, like I said. Get moving around. Oh, prenatals. Prenatals are a must. I feel like it helps the infertile get fertile. Especially if you've been trying. Prenatals is kind of like a trigger. Prenatal, Primrose evening pills is another one. These are basically fertile pills, make you really, really fertile. So it kind of like tricks your body into thinking that you're caring for a baby in that way, in that aspect, but you're really not. So take those daily, even when you're ovulating, when you're in your cycle. It's just getting your body in the motion. So eliminate caffeine. I know it's hard to do so, especially if you're a person that drinks coffee a lot, but eliminate caffeine, that and alcohol, because like I said, you're preparing your body and your mind, and you want to get away from those sugars and the extra caffeine that you don't need in your body that's going to trigger something that is going to stop you from conceiving. And the last thing is sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. You need the rest. You need to prop your feet up. You need to get your mind right. You need to be stress-free. I feel like sleep can definitely eliminate a lot of your stress factors because your mind is at peace sometimes. But it does help. So my number 1 would be the track your ovulation. Make sure your discharges is where it's supposed to be. Have sex, when you're supposed to. Make sure your partner's on board, not some tricky type stuff, and then do they're basically like pregnancy ovulation strips that you can take. It's kind of like, some of them are like actual pregnancy tests that tells you you're ovulating and you need to get busy, that type of thing. And those were my top, and my bottom will be like exercise and eat. Of course you have to eat healthy, but just exercise and eat normal. Don't overeat, don't undereat, eat the right things. So that's basically what my little tips and tricks basically were. So like I said, me and my husband had got married, and then 4 months later we conceived. We wasn't really trying to the first 2 months, and then when I was trying to the second 2 months after, I was doing the right things. I was eating healthy, sleeping. I was tracking it and looking at these videos. I was looking at blogs and stuff like that, and I ran across, you know, easy ways to track it. And then God blessed us with a baby after 4 months of, well, conceiving after 4 months of being married. And it was a blessing, a blessing, a blessing. After going basically 14 years is a big gap between my first daughter and my second daughter. And now I have a babysitter and help, a lot of help, which is a plus and a minus, because one's going off to college, the other one's going into elementary school. But, you know, it's God's will, God's purpose, and everything he has for my life is where it's supposed to be. I don't question it. It's nothing. And, you know, me and my husband, we have 2 beautiful girls we're proud of. So, I mean, just in life, if you want something, you have to set yourself up for success. We had basically, another thing, we were preparing for our second child. We were preparing to make it right. We bought our house. We were comfortable. We wouldn't have been over our heads as far as like financial needs. We were straight, like pretty straight. We had 2 baby showers. Our babies were, I had one at work and I had a normal one, and we had above what we needed for a baby. So we didn't have, like, I didn't have to buy diapers until she was like almost 10 months. Like, it was such a blessing, amazing feeling knowing that you don't have to buy any diapers, you know. And we basically had everything I needed. Like, we didn't have to come out of pocket for much, you know. The crib, the strollers, everything was paid for, everything. So that's another blessing. Even after I left my job, like, we were still above, our heads were above water. We were still, you know, trusting in God and doing what we're supposed to be doing as far as, you know, living our lives on a daily, how we're supposed to be living it. And we had a healthy baby girl. Financially, we were able to take care of it. Not it, but like our finances as far as like the hospital, our doctor's visits. I had my insurance on my job, and the baby was on his insurance, you know, like, it was just amazing. So just mentally prepare yourself for it. Get your mind right, you know, like, if it doesn't happen, if you've been planning for a year and it doesn't happen, keep praying, keep planning. Like, sometimes it's not you, because a lot of women think it's them, and it's not you. It could be definitely the man in your life, or it could be definitely God just saying, hold on, I'm trying to take you somewhere else in your life, and you're trying to rush it, and you're not there yet. So if it's for you, just pray, you know, like, God, if it's for me, let my body be prepared, you know, let us financially be prepared, let our, you know, household be in order, you're not stressed at work, you know. That's another big factor. When you're stressed at work, it takes a toll on your body, so you don't want to bring it, or stressing early, you can definitely lose a baby, so you don't want that in your life. So I hope this was very helpful to you, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. If you're looking at this video, please subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Stay blessed.